BK, big business, we linked up in the UK with them outlaws, no limit forever, and we mash hard, and we stay out the cheddar.
Hey yo, you already know what time it is. This your boy M. Nell, Merciless, the one and only. You know I'm always tuned in, every day, all day. You already know who I'm rocking with, that ain't a question or a doubt. I'm rocking with my fucking boy, live from the UK, Fonzie Neutron, Right.
And so this story I'm about to tell, I could recall me and my homie in my group, we in Himalayas, we go to New York. And this one person, I'm not gonna say their name. I'm not gonna say their name and blast them out. But it's a known person that everybody knows. And we in New York, we in a hotel. So we looking out the window and shit. Me and my partner, we looking out the window at Times Square, looking at all the cabs and all that. We at the Hilton. And this is around the time when the All-Star came to New York and Kobe had the fro. So I'm looking out the window, me and my nigga looking out the window, and I happen to turn around talking to the other artist. This nigga laying on the bed. So how he did it was to where my homie is looking out, me and him was the only one I'm the only one that can see him at this time. So when I turn around, he sex play me and give me a sexual look. You know what I'm saying? I turn around hella fast, like, so my partner like, what's wrong? What's up, Floss? What's up? I was like, I'll tell you later. So later on came, so he asked me what happened. I told him, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude gave me a sweet look. I don't know what he was thinking. He barking up the wrong tree, right? So I look and I'm like, damn, like, don't you got shows with girls competing for your love and all that? You know what I'm saying? You know, I was going to expose it a long time ago, but, you know, I wasn't going to expose it. I was just like, you know, fuck it, man, whatever. But at the same time, I look like, what was you thinking? You know what I mean? And this is a person that when I say everybody knows who he is, everybody knows who he is. If you black and you in entertainment, and you've been dealing with entertainment or following entertainment for years, you know exactly who this person is. You know what I mean? I ain't going to put him out there, but all I will say is he has a famous sister that sings. You know what I mean? And so, you know, whatever's done in the dark is gonna come to the light. But you know, I ain't with that. I ain't dissing nobody's lifestyle or whatever they on, but I ain't with that. You know what I mean? So, and drugs play a lot of hands in these things. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of things that's going on in this industry that people is not talking about, the real shit. Jaguar Wright is talking about it. You know what I mean? And she's putting it out there. And there's a lot of stories and shit that I know, but I'm gonna keep quiet. But this one person, you know, if you gay, if you homosexual, whatever your preference is, be that. Don't hide it. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to hide it nowadays because they didn't kick the door off the hinges when it come to it. But everybody ain't with that. You know what I mean? And so when it's forced upon you, as far as like your music and how you gonna get your music out and they dangle that over your head, that's what makes people commit suicide. And you wondering how they died and why they died. You know what I mean? But y'all do the math. Y'all do the homework and do the math. You know, it ain't too hard to figure it out. You know what I mean? Real shit.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, man. And you know, we do hear often, obviously, like you say, a lot of different stories and stuff about, I guess, how people act behind the scenes. You know, would you say it's, you know, okay, you know, from your experience, that sounds like, you know, maybe somebody was just like gay, like, I don't know, like a gay proposition or something.
Right. It was like a sex play type of situation to where I'm looking out the window and I turn around and go say something to him and the nigga give me I'm talking about sweeter than cotton candy. Sweet.
You know, because in some aspects, we hear some people say that, you know, people be doing things at industry kind of like parties or events where like they've got something to try and gain like from a label. Do you think it's got to a point where people aren't necessarily doing it for, and I'm not advocating it in any aspect, like a power play, it's more of just
It is. It is. It is.
it's just their preference.
They use it. They use it as a tool. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna keep it all the way funky and keep it all the way hunting with you. What is it to when you have all the cars and you got all the cribs and you got the money in the bank and you got all that going on and you still not happy and you just as miserable as you was before you got on? You feel what I'm saying? See, my thing is I could look in the mirror at myself. I could look at the mirror at myself and like what I see and be proud of what I see. You know what I mean? When you do stuff like that's out of your character for the price of success and money and fame, it don't add up. I'm telling you, it don't add up. You know what I mean? You should be able to look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of what you see. You know what I mean? Not the fact that you did something for the price of money, to get some money. You know what I mean? So be happy with your goddamn self. That's what I gotta say. Is be happy with yourself. Whatever it is, whatever you represent, whatever you got going on, be happy with yourself. You know what I mean? If you live in a lie, if you live in a fake and a lie and talking about people and downing people and all that, all this shit is gonna come out. Straight up. Stick to who you are. Stick to who you are. It's gonna be very, very important down the line. These record companies and these record company people, they play a lot of games when it comes to this. And a lot of the time they pushing the agenda. All I notice is that everybody that really speaks their mind of this topic, they have to end up apologizing. You know what I mean? And you shouldn't have to apologize as long as you're not slandering anybody. But if that's not your preference, that's not your preference. And it should be okay. You know what I mean? To where if you play too hard with your shit and push your shit too much, they not gonna put your record out. They gonna play with your mind. So the person I'm talking about that played this little episode with me, you know what I mean? He's a seasoned person that's in this industry that grew up on the camera. You know what I mean? So, I don't hate dude. I don't have no problem. But when I see him now, or I talk to him, I see him, I'm like, hey, what up? You know what I mean? Because I don't have no problem. That's you. He'd be like, hey, Floss. You know what I mean? He'd be on some funny shit. And that's cool too. You know what I mean? But I don't know what you was thinking, homeboy, but you barking up the wrong tree. I know that.
Join us on the line, BoutTheOnline.com, for the hottest UK, US flavor. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be updated on new drops and content.